I need an office. Give me an office, please. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Can I have an office?
Sure. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a little chilly. We've got coffee and tea, and we are planning our solar shed. We figured if we're gonna go ahead and build a building,
Let's make it multifunctional.
yeah, let's put some other stuff in it. So the first thing was like, I need an office. Give me an office, please. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Can I have an office?
Sure.
I don't need much for an office. I mean, I've been working at like 2 square feet.
It's 3 square feet.
So I've had a tiny little corner in the Airstream, tiny little standing desk, which I can't really even use anymore because of the puppy who is taking up all the room. So I have to just sit at the table and work. So I think it'd be really nice if I had like an actual dedicated desk, and then a dedicated desk for you too, because Ashley's doing a ton of the video editing for these videos, and she's doing it on a really old, tiny 13-inch laptop. So we need to get her a big screen and
maybe an updated computer.
Maybe an updated computer. Also,
We're having meat animals here on the farm, and we need a place to store that meat very soon.
we don't have room in our fridge/freezer in the Airstream because it's super tiny.
How big is it?
7.5 cubic feet.
Yeah. 3.5 years, family of 6. 7.5 cubic feet.
So we basically can't store anything long term. We have to like do major grocery shopping about every week, and when you do, it's like
RV fridge Tetris.
it's crazy. So we would like to also have a fridge where we could store some things that we don't get to that often. That'd be nice.
Yeah. We had also talked about putting in a couch so that when we have guests over, they actually have a place to stay.
Right, it would be a couch that like turns into a bed. So that might be good. And then we're like, well, we haven't really asked the kids if there's anything that they could use the room for, and they were like, TV.
I want a TV! Why did they want the TV?
Because they want to hook the Nintendo Switch up to it. So if we have a couch, we might try to find a place to put a TV on. So this building is going to be straw bale. So we're going to do straw bale construction. So if you don't know, that means that you basically use straw bales as the insulation inside your walls.
Well, the straw bales are the walls.
Well, but then you cobble over it, right?
Yeah.
So,
but there's no like wood framing.
Right,
It's
yeah,
just
there's no
straw
like
bale.
stick framing or anything like that. So there's a few building techniques we want to try while we're out here, and straw bale is a little bit faster than some of the other ones. So we want kind of like a square interior dimensions, like straight lines.
You want that.
I do. Yeah.
I want a dome.
I know. We're gonna make
We'll
domes.
get
I
there.
promise.
Okay.
Lots of domes coming. So yeah, we want to try straw bale, and part of the reason is because it's very insulative, right?
Right.
So just building with those walls that thick with the straw bale should provide a lot of temperature control just by itself.
Right.
That's the goal.
And soundproofing.
Soundproofing, yeah. I might actually be able to like record videos and stuff inside there.
We also want to try to make our buildings here as eco-friendly as possible.
Yeah, we're going to try to not bring in a ton of extra materials and machinery and stuff. And so straw bale, I mean, we have to bring in the straw bales. So, and some of the lumber.
But they're local.
Right, it'll all be local.
Right.
And any like cob and stuff we'll use
From
like
our
dirt
lands.
off of our property.
So on this first building, our interior dimensions are going to be 12 by 16.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound very big, but I think
It's got to be under 200 square feet,
right,
to not count as a residence. So,
and it doesn't look very big, but I really think that once the walls are up, it'll feel big, kind of like the Airstream renovation.
Right. Well, the thing too is because it's straw bale, the
walls are really...
The exterior dimensions are going to be a lot larger.
Right.
So you're going at, what, 18 inches?
Yeah, around that.
Yeah. So it'll be bigger than it looks like here. This is just interior for now. We haven't actually measured out the rest of it yet. We're still early planning stages.
Very early.
The other thing we're trying to figure out is if we can do passive solar with this one.
So when we were looking into that, the one thing that was driving us crazy is with a passive solar house, your long side of your house really needs to be facing south.
Right.
And your roof is angled down north.
Right. Which is the opposite.
So it's opposite for how we need to have our solar panels.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we'll probably have our solar panels on their own array and rack, separate from the building, but we were hoping to throw some solar panels on the roof temporarily.
I think though with the overhang that we want to build, that we could probably put some on there.
So if you don't know, passive solar basically just means that you face the long side south, like you said, but then...
That's where all your windows are.
That's where your windows are. And then you have your roof come up over the front wall a certain amount. You have to do a bunch of math and figure out where you are and where you are on the equator. The overhang should put shade on those windows in the summer and then let sun come through them in the winter so that the sun will come through and hit the floor and heat up the space, right?
Right.
Theoretically. We're just starting to research. We don't know a ton about it yet. But it's that roof line that's throwing us off, because in order to...
Just for the solar, though.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the foundation.
I think what we've settled on is more of just a wooden deck frame build. Sort of like our Shugibun deck. Obviously not with deck planks on it. We'll probably just use plywood on top and then finish it. Anyway, it'll be a wooden frame that raises the whole building up, and then we can do the straw bale directly on top of that.
Right. I think...
That's it. Is that it? I don't know.
I think that's the best option.
Okay. That's where we're at right now. If we're wrong, let us know. We're okay with being wrong.
As long as they say it nice.
Yeah, as long as you say it nice. In addition to it being a solar shed, an office, meat storage, a temporary guest room, and a TV hangout. What else can we do with this structure that we're building?
Well, we are going to use it for rainwater catchment.
Yes, use the roof. All the roofs.
Roof. That's very exciting.
So we'll use the roof, we'll get some storage. We may even try to run it straight into our big storage tank, which is actually pretty close. It's just right over there. We're going to try to use the roof to put some additional solar panels on. So water catchment, some solar panels on the roof. We're going to build an overhang deck to chill on. Some chairs out there. We can sip our coffee in the morning with this beautiful view of the mountain. And I think...
Can we start building now?
We got to do a little more research. Just a little bit more research.
I feel like we can do it now.
I mean, we can start digging if you want.
I'm going to build it right now.
I'm so excited I'm going to have an office.
I'm so excited you're going to be in your office.
Okay, all right, I see.
I'm just kidding. I miss you already.
We have more exciting news.
Yes.
A little bit of backstory, though. Many, many years ago, before we started traveling, when we lived in our big fancy house in a subdivision,
we made t-shirts.
We banded together and we created, what was it called? Last Night Ago?
Mm-hmm.
And so we designed a bunch of really cool, handcrafted t-shirts. So we would actually cut the block, we would print them by hand, we'd ship them ourselves, and it was super cool. But with the kids, it was a family business. Yeah. Unfortunately, nobody knew who we were at the time, so we didn't sell any. But they were really cool. We promise.
At least our kids had really great t-shirts.
Yeah. So Ashley has been saying for a while that she really wants to get back into the t-shirt stuff. But obviously, we don't have the space, and obviously, we don't have the time to print stuff by hand. Right. But we still can make cool t-shirt designs. So we're going to partner with Cotton Bureau and have them printed on demand. So it simplifies a little bit for us. We've already put 5 or 6 designs up.
Right.
There's some for the Airstream travelers, there's some for the homesteaders, there's some for people who just like Tiny Shiny Home, and we're hoping that they're cool enough that you would actually like want to wear them out somewhere. That's kind of the goal. Because the last thing we want to do is sell you crappy t-shirts. So
Right. And we did test the t-shirts. They are very comfortable.
Cotton Bureau makes their own shirts. They actually got fed up with shirts being crappy, so they just started making their own. And they're tri-blend, they're super comfortable. For those of you who have asked how you can like help support us or whatever, this is just one way that you can do that. You can go buy a few of our shirts, wear them around. Every little bit helps so that we can keep making videos, we can keep doing more projects, we can keep feeding our as my good friend Nate Croft said.
Hey, you like not being topless? Well, how about you buy a new shirt and help my friends buy pigs and rabbits and not die in the desert? Okay? That'd be lovely. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Help us not die in the desert.
There you go. That's it.
Thanks, Nate.
So yeah, we'll link it up. If you guys want to go buy some shirts, we would really, really appreciate it. So until next time, when hopefully there will be a little bit more progress on this guy. Again, if you have more ideas for us, please let us know in the comments, because we're getting started soon. If you want to have a say in this, you better let us know quick, because we're ready to go. Anyway. Hey.
Oh my gosh, one more thing. We are doing our first YouTube live this week.
Yes.
When do you want to do it? Thursday?
Thursday evening-ish.
Yeah.
We'll let you know more details once we decide. Anyway, we're going to walk around the property.
Show you everything. But there's not much to see besides plants.
No, but we're going to walk it, and we're going to show you all the things that we're hoping to do on this massive piece of property. So, and we'll be taking questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments or get them ready for the live thing so you can type them in while we're walking around.
Yeah.
And we'll do our best to answer. So we can't wait for that. But until then, we'll see you next time.